What happened next shocked everyone. Suddenly, a deafening explosion tore through the air. Fire and smoke filled the sky, shattered glass flying everywhere. I fell to the ground, barely shielding myself with my arms. Screams, sirens, the crash of falling objects. In the crowd, I saw a bloodied figure, but I couldn't tell who it was. Something sinister lurked in the shadows around the corner, its face hidden in darkness. My heart raced, adrenaline pounding in my temples. I watched someone collapse, motionless. Every second you look away, someone dies. I tried to make sense of it, but chaos reigned. The air smelled of burning. Someone screamed my name. I scanned the scene. Panic everywhere, yet no one could explain the explosion. Then I noticed a strange document fluttering in the wind. Bold letters read HOA I. $1 million. In that instant, I realized this was not just an accident, it was a warning. And I, the main character of this story, was now trapped. Everything I thought I knew about my life and my land was a lie. The end of this scene promises a shocking truth, who I really am, and what will happen with my $1 million fine. I stood there, shaking, staring at the fluttering document. My hands were trembling, my vision blurred. I picked it up. The paper felt heavy, like it carried the weight of the world. The bold letters stared back. HOA, $1 million. My stomach twisted. I could feel bile rising. My heart thumped in my chest. I took a shaky breath and looked around. Smoke was still curling in the air. Pieces of debris littered the street. Someone was crying nearby. I could hear footsteps approaching, but they sounded distant, echoing in the chaos. I blinked, trying to focus. My mind refused to process the number. $1 million. I laughed nervously, but it sounded hollow. This has to be a mistake, I muttered to myself. That the paper was real. Every line etched with legal authority. I couldn't escape it. I looked at the bloodied figure again, frozen in the distance. My stomach dropped. I recognized them. It was me. Or was it a reflection? I couldn't tell. Panic clawed at my chest. I wanted to run, but my legs felt like lead. My mind raced. How could this happen? I own this land. I am the HOA. The absurdity of it hit me like a punch. My brain screamed in disbelief. Every thought was chaotic, scattered. Memories flashed. Meetings, agreements, rules I had signed, rules I had written myself. None of it made sense anymore. The world felt tilted, unstable. I could hear sirens now, closer. Neighbors yelling. Someone shouting, "Call the cops." My hand tightened around the paper. I felt a sharp pain in my wrist. I looked down. A cut? Deep, probably from flying glass. Blood mingled with sweat. I tasted copper in my mouth. Fear wrapped around me like ice. I wanted answers. I needed someone to explain, but no one could. Everything pointed at me. Every violation, every fine. They all traced back to me. I sank to my knees, trying to comprehend. Every option felt like a trap. I could fight it legally. Endless court battles, reputation destroyed. I could ignore it, risk bankruptcy, lose everything. I could leave. But where would I go? Every choice burned like fire. My phone vibrated. A message. Unknown number. Time is running out. Decide. My hands shook as I read it. Another message. Every second you wait, it costs you more. Sweat ran down my spine. I wanted to scream, but no sound came. I clenched my fists, feeling raw, exposed. I thought of my neighbors, my friends, the people who depended on me. Would they understand? Could they survive the fallout? I felt tears sting my eyes. My mind spun. The explosion, the blood, the threat, defy, me, all intertwined. I swallowed hard, trying to steady myself. I knew I had to act. Hesitation would be fatal. I looked around again. Smoke, chaos, shadows. I made a decision. I would face it head on. I would dive into the mess, even if it meant losing everything. I would uncover the truth. I would confront myself. My hands shook, but I rose to my feet. The bloodied figure in the distance seemed to fade, leaving only the chaos. My heart was a drum in my chest. The air smelled of fire and fear. I took a step forward, feeling the weight of the $1 million fine, the absurdity, the horror pressing down. Every neighbor, every street, every violation I ever signed. It was all mine. I was the storm, and the storm had come from me. I whispered to no one, "Let's see how deep this goes." And with that, I moved toward the unknown, toward the reckoning, toward what I owned, and what was about to own me. I am the one speaking. My name is all over these papers. I wrote the rules, the fines, the whole bylaws myself, and yet, right now, they are being used against me. Every line, every clause, my own handwriting, my own legal authority, has become a weapon pointed at my chest. I never thought it would come to this. I never imagined that I could be trapped by my own creation. But here I am, staring at a mountain of violations and $1 million fine. I take a deep breath and try to calm my racing heart. The city around me is quieting down after the explosion. Smoke still curls in the air, but the chaos is fading into an uneasy silence. My hands shake as I flip through the pages. Late fees, structural violations, landscaping rules, noise complaints, all mine, all mine. I wrote them to control the neighborhood, to keep order, to protect the land. And now they are the chains around my own neck. Coming up, you'll see what happens and the rules I designed start to punish me personally. I remind myself, I am speaking. I am alive. I am the protagonist in this nightmare. The thought hits me again. I own the HOA. I am the authority, and yet I am powerless. Every neighbor who has ever complained is suddenly an enemy. Their anger is legitimate. Their frustration, justified. And I am the target. I feel the absurdity crushing me. How can the creator be the victim? How can the king fall into the trap of his own law? I pace the room. No, the street, where I fell just moments ago. Glass crunches under my shoes. The fine burns in my mind. $1 million. How did it get calculated? Who sent it? I checked the letter again. No signature, no name. Just HOA, just me. My phone buzzes again. Another unknown number. Check your property. Immediately, I feel a chill crawl up my spine. I am the one speaking. I am supposed to be in control, yet I feel the ground slipping. I walk to the front yard. My house looks the same, perfectly ordinary. Nothing illegal, nothing wrong. But the paper tells me otherwise. My own rules say otherwise. My stomach knots. I glance at the neighbors' houses. They seem normal too, quiet, peaceful. Yet in my mind, they are observers. They are judging. They are waiting for me to fail. Coming up, you'll see the moment when I realize that rules are more dangerous than fire. I flip to the next page. Another violation. Unauthorized structure. I look around. My shed, my fence, nothing new. Everything was approved. I wrote the approval forms myself, and yet, a violation. My head pounds. I clutch the paper. The edges dig into my palms. My mind races. How can this be real? I think of my past meetings. I remember the discussions with board members, debates over landscaping, permits, parking spaces. I remember approving every detail personally. And yet the penalty is real. $1 million real. I am drowning in my own bureaucracy. Every choice I made now feels like a trap. Every decision was a nail in my coffin. Coming up, I will discover the first clue that changes everything. I step into my office. Dust motes float in the sunlight. My computer hums quietly. I sit down, hands still shaking. I open my emails, my files. I check the HOA database. Every violation is listed, every complaint logged, and at the top, my name, my ownership, my authority. The irony twists in my gut like a knife. I am both plaintiff and defendant, judge and criminal, creator and victim. My phone vibrates again. Time is critical. Look outside. My fingers freeze. I don't want to look. Fear presses against my chest like a vice. But I do. I walk to the window, and there it is. A car parked in my driveway. Not mine. Someone else's. I didn't see it arrive. The driver is inside, motionless, just sitting, watching. I feel their eyes even through the glass. Panic rises. I am the one speaking, and I can feel my voice trembling. Coming up, the first confrontation that makes me question reality itself. I descend the stairs slowly. Every step creaks under my weight. The front door looms. I hesitate. I am a man of rules, of order, of control. Yet now I am stepping into chaos. My hand hovers over the knob. I grip it. Turn. And the car door opens. A figure emerges. Tall. Silent. Face obscured. My mind screams. Who is this? Why are they here? The paper flutters in my hand like a warning flag. The violation notices burn like fire in my pocket. I am trapped. I am alone. And yet, they are here, watching me, waiting. My heart pounds. Every instinct tells me to run. Every rational thought says, Confront them. I speak, my voice trembling. Who are you? No answer. Only silence. Only the weight of my own authority staring back at me. The figure tilts their head. I feel it. The threat. The accusation. The truth yet to come. Coming up. The moment when the fine is no longer just a number, but a weapon. I notice a piece of paper tucked under the windshield wiper. My name. Again. The fine. $1 million. I am the HOA. And yet, I am being punished. How can I fight something I control? The dilemma is absolute. There is no escape. The figure steps back, fades into shadow. I am left alone, trembling, holding the paper. My heart is a drum. Sweat drips down my back. I glance around. Neighbors are gone. Street empty. The world holds its breath. I am the main character. I am speaking. And yet, I feel powerless. Every option is agony. Fight, flee, comply. All equally painful. The weight of my own creation presses down like steel. And I ask myself, how did it come to this? The camera would cut here if this were a film. The audience would be on edge. Every second is suspense. Every moment asks the question, what will I do? Coming up, I will take the first step toward confrontation. But the answer may cost me everything. I am speaking. My hands are still shaking. The paper burns my palm, but I can't let go. I need to act. The figure is gone. Disappeared into the shadow of the driveway. But their presence lingers. I feel it crawling over my skin. I glance at the house. Every door, every window seems like it's judging me. The mail slot rattles. Empty. Nothing but silence. And yet, I know I am not alone. Every violation notice feels like a ticking clock. Every rule I wrote feels like a blade. I am the HOA. And yet, I am hunted. Coming up, my first confrontation will change everything I thought I knew. I step outside, carefully, each footfall deliberate. My eyes scan the street. No neighbors, no cars, just my house, and the empty road stretching into the distance. The wind whips through the trees. Leaves scatter like papers caught in a storm. I clutch the notice again. My mind spins. Fight. Call the police. Tear the documents up. Nothing seems right. Nothing feels safe. Every choice is wrong. Every path leads to pain. I am trapped in my own creation. The front yard is quiet. Too quiet. The air tastes metallic. My phone buzzes again. Another unknown number. Text. You have until sundown. Sundown. 3 hours. I glance at the clock. 2 hours and 56 minutes. My pulse races. I am speaking. I am alive. I am the hero of this nightmare. And yet, I feel like a puppet. Every string pulled by my own rules. Coming up, the first direct challenge to my authority. I approach the car, heart in my throat. The driver's seat empty, but the engine still warm. Tires leave marks in the gravel. Someone was here. Someone watching. I peek inside. Nothing. Just a set of keys and a note. My name written in bold letters. I open it. You thought you were safe. Think again. My stomach churns. My head pounds. I am the HOA. I am supposed to be untouchable, and yet, I feel naked, exposed, vulnerable, every ounce of control slipping through my fingers. I pace. I consider every option. Confront, wait, hide, call back up. I am the authority. I am speaking, and yet I hesitate. The absurdity of my situation hits me like a truck. I am both prosecutor and defendant, creator and victim. I wrote these rules. I enforced them. I punished others. And now, me. I feel the weight of every complaint ever filed. Every neighbor's fury now turned inward. And the worst part, I don't even know who is behind this. I don't know my enemy, or if they are even human. Coming up, I will see the first shocking consequence of inaction. I check the perimeter. Nothing seems out of place. But then, movement. A shadow at the edge of the garden. I freeze. Breath catches in my throat. My mind screams, fight or flee. I step forward. Who's there? Silence. A laugh. Low. Dry. Almost metallic. I am the one speaking. My voice cracks. I hear it echo against the walls of my own home. The laugh grows closer. Leaves rustle. A figure steps into view. Tall. Silhouette dark. Face hidden. I can't tell if it's a man or a woman, human or not. My chest tightens. Every nerve screams danger. Every instinct says run. Every rational thought says, I'm the HOA. I have the law. I have power. And yet, I feel powerless. The figure stops, tilts its head, no words, just watching, waiting. The paper in my hand flutters in the wind. I notice it again. More violations, new ones, impossible ones, rules I never wrote. Yet they exist. Sign. Dated. Official. My mind reels. I am the HOA. And yet, someone is rewriting reality itself to punish me. I am trapped in a nightmare of my own creation. Coming up, the first active threat escalates to a direct attack. I back up, bump into the car. The figure moves faster than I can follow. 1 second, shadow at the gate. The next, gone. My heart pounds like a drum. Sweat drips into my eyes. I am breathing hard. The rules, the fines, the authority. Useless here. I am a man alone, hunted by his own system. I check the driveway again. Empty. But the threat lingers. The wind carries a whisper. Time is short. My hands tremble. I clutch the paper like a shield, like a weapon. But I know it is neither. I am the HOA. I am speaking. And yet, I feel small, vulnerable, frightened. I try to call someone. My phone dead. No signal. I am isolated, alone. And yet, the neighborhood watches. They always have. My mind races. Every neighbor's I imagined as judging now feels real. I feel pressure on my back. Shoulders tense. Every violation notice burns hotter. Every rule feels heavier. I am the creator. I am the victim. The clock ticks. 2 hours left. And then, I hear a sound. Glass breaking from inside the house. My rules, my domain. Coming up, the first real loss hits, and it will make me question everything I thought I knew. I step back, frozen, heart hammering. Who is inside? Wide? What do they want? My mind flashes through every scenario. Fight, run, negotiate. Nothing seems viable. Every choice brings pain. Every option is a trap. I am the HOA. I wrote the laws, and yet, I am powerless to stop the consequences. I am the speaker. I am alive, and yet, I feel like the prey in my own hunting ground. The camera would cut here. Suspense peaks. The audience on the edge. Every second a question. What will happen next? Coming up, the consequences of the first confrontation. I am speaking. My pulse is a drum in my ears. Every second stretches into eternity. The glass shatters again. Louder this time. My own house betrays me. My eyes scan the living room through the shattered window. Shadows move like liquid across the walls. I grip the notice tighter, fingernails digging into the paper. It's my law, my rules, my authority. And yet, it feels like a trap. My own creation turned against me. Every violation notice burns in my mind. Every rule I enforced comes back with razor teeth. I am the HOA. I am speaking. I am alive. And yet, I feel hunted. I step inside. Floors creak. Dust rises. Air smells of cold metal and fear. My heartbeat echoes in the emptiness. I call out, "Who's there?" My voice sounds strange, far and even, in my own ears. Silence. Just the ticking of the clock. 2 hours and 40 minutes left. The shadow I saw before is gone. But the feeling, the pressure, it's everywhere. I am the HOA. I am speaking. And yet, I feel powerless. Coming up, the first active confrontation. And the choice I make will haunt me forever. I move cautiously, each step deliberate. The living room is a mess. Furniture overturned. Papers scattered. My notice, torn into fragments on the floor. I pick one up. The handwriting is mine. And yet, it's not. New fines, new violations, rules I never wrote. Signed. Stamped. Official. I feel my stomach twist. My mind screams. Who is doing this? How? Wide? Every inch of the house feels hostile. Every shadow could be watching. I clutch the paper like a lifeline, but it feels heavier than steel. I hear a footstep behind me. Quick, deliberate, calculated. I spin. Empty hallway. Nothing but the echo. I am the HOA. I am supposed to have control. I am supposed to enforce. And yet, I can't even enforce my own safety. I step forward. Show yourself. My voice is raw, broken. My chest aches. I am the speaker. And yet, I feel small, tiny, insignificant in my own empire of rules. Coming up, the first painful choice, one that could destroy me. I find the back door open. Wind whips through the broken frame. Tapers fly. My notices, my authority, scattered to the ground. I freeze. My instincts scream. run, confront, fight, hide. Every option is wrong. Every path leads to pain. I am trapped in my own loss, my own HOA. I feel the weight of every complaint ever filed, every neighbor's rage, every fine ever imposed, all comes back at me. And worse, I don't even know the enemy, or if they are human, or if they are something else. A figure emerges from the kitchen, tall, dark, features hidden, movements precise, predatory. My stomach knots. Every instinct screams danger, fight or flee. I step forward. The paper in my hand flutters. New violations, one for every action I could take. Every choice punished, every decision costly. My mind spins. I am the HOA. I am the speaker. I am alive. And yet, I feel like prey. Coming up, I have to make the first move, and the consequences are immediate. I lunge, grab a chair, swing. The figure dodges. Quick, unbelievable speed. I crash into a table. Tapers fly. A lamp shatters. The figure steps closer. I taste blood. My own. A cut on my forehead. Pain sears my skull. I am alive. I am fighting. I am the HOA. And yet, I feel like a child facing a monster. The figure stops. Tilts its head. No words. Just watching. The room is silent, except for my ragged breathing. I am the speaker. I am alive. And yet, I feel powerless. Every violation notice burns hotter. Every rule heavier. My mind screams. What can I do? What choice is left? I am trapped in my own system. Every law I created is now a weapon against me. Coming up, the first real loss. And it will shake everything I believe about myself. I stumble. Fall against the wall. Heart racing. The figure moves fast. Too fast. Smashes a vase. Tapers scatter. My notices, my fines, shredded. I am bleeding. Not just from the cut, but inside. Anger, fear, confusion. I am the HOA. I am speaking. And yet, I am powerless. The shadow moves toward me. Closer. Closer. I feel breath on my neck. My own home has become a battlefield. I have to act. I have no choice. I grab the nearest object, a metal rod. Swing blindly. The figure dodges again. Steps closer. I stumble back, hit the wall. Pain shoots through my ribs. I am gasping. Fighting to breathe. Fighting to live. Every second a risk. Every movement punished. I am the speaker. I am alive. And yet, I feel trapped. Coming up, I will be forced to choose between surrender and self-destruct, and both options are painful. The figure pauses. Suddenly, tilts its head, looks at me, then points. Outside. My mind races. A trap. A lure. A challenge. I don't know. But I have to make a choice. Inside or out. Confront or escape. Every path burns. Every option slices at me. I am the HOA. I am speaking. I am alive. And yet, I feel powerless to the rules I wrote. I make a choice. Step outside. Air hits me. Cold, sharp. Shadow follows. Move silently. I am speaking. My heart pounds. The driveway stretches. The car is gone. But the feeling, the threat, never leaves. I am trapped. Every violation notice, every rule, every law, everything I ever created now turned into chains. I am alive. I am the HOA. And yet, I feel like I am losing everything. Coming up, the nightmare escalates further. The choices will get crueler. And the consequences will hit harder than anything I imagined. My hands shake. The air is thick with tension. Every shadow stretches, twists, and moves like it has a life of its own. The driveway is empty. The night silent, yet I feel eyes on me. My heartbeat is loud, a drum against my ribs. The metal rod still in my hand feels useless. My own home, my sanctuary, has turned into a trap. I am the HOA. I am speaking. And yet, I am hunted. Coming up, the consequences of my choice will hit me harder than anything before. I step forward cautiously. Each footstep crunches on broken glass. The wind howls through the shattered windows. Tapers, notices, fines, all shredded and scattered like confetti of my own authority. Every rule I enforced, every violation I handed down, every late fee, all come back as punishment against me. I taste blood from the cut on my forehead. I am alive. I am speaking. And yet, I feel powerless. I hear it first, a laugh, low, chilling, almost human. It echoes off the walls. I freeze. The darkness seems to pulse with it. My mind races. Is it real? Or just my fear speaking? The figure I saw inside, the shadow, it's not alone. I am the HOA. I am speaking. And yet, I am not in control. Coming up, I have to confront more than just a shadow. I have to confront myself. I take a deep breath. My chest burns. Every muscle tenses. I step toward the garage. My car is gone. The driveway is empty except for broken glass and scattered papers. And then I see it. A note pinned to the mailbox. My handwriting. My rules. My fines. But twisted. Threatening. The message clear. You cannot hide from yourself. I feel nausea rise. I am the HOA. I am speaking. And yet, I feel trapped. I look around. The neighborhood is silent. Too silent. The streetlights flicker. The wind carries whispers. I swear I hear complaints, angry voices. Each one a memory of a violation I enforced. Every fine, every rule, every penalty. Alive. I shiver. I am alive. I am the HOA. And yet, I feel hunted by my own creation. Coming up, the first real confrontation outside. I move toward the front yard. Shadows move between the trees. I see movement. Quick, deliberate, almost inhuman. The figure emerges again. Taller this time. Closer. A smile, though I can't see it clearly. And a whisper. You thought you were safe. I swallow hard. Every instinct screams danger. Fight. Flee. Hide. Every option comes with a price. I am the HOA. I am speaking. And yet, I feel powerless. The chao slams into me like a wave. Fight and risk death. Flee and surrender everything. Hide and be hunted forever. Every decision is punishment. Every path bleeds. I am trapped. I am speaking. I am alive. And yet, I feel the weight of every fine, every rule, every violation like chains around my body. Coming up, my first major mistake. The choice that will escalate everything. I step forward, decide to confront. My hands grip the metal rod tighter. The figure steps closer. Silence. Then a movement. Lightning fast. I swing. Miss. Crash. Pain sears through my side as I hit the mailbox. Blood drips. I taste copper. My mind spins. I am alive. I am the HOA. And yet, I feel powerless against my own nightmare. The figure speaks. My own voice. I freeze. My own handwriting. My own rules. All come to life in a distorted, mocking tone. You created this. You are guilty. You must pay. I stagger back. Reality twists. I am speaking. I am alive. And yet, I feel like I am losing control of everything I believed was mine. Coming up, the stakes rise. The next dose is worse than anything before. I run. The wind lashes my face. Shadows follow. Every step brings new rules, new fines, new pain. My own street is a maze of punishment. Each turn brings memories of disputes, complaints, angry neighbors. They are ghosts now. I feel them closing in. I am alive. I am the HOA. And yet, I feel hunted by every decision I ever made. I reach the sidewalk. The figure appears again, blocking my path. Tall, silent, imposing. I clutch the metal rod, but it feels like nothing. Every rule, every violation, it weighs me down. I see the shadow of my own hand pointing at me, condemning me. I am the HOA. I am speaking. And yet, I feel powerless to the consequences of my own creation. Coming up, the figure will force me to make a choice that will leave me scarred, physically and mentally. I stumble, fall to my knees. The figure leans closer, whispers, choose. Live and lose everything. Fight and lose yourself. My chest tightens. Breath comes in short, ragged gasps. I feel the weight of every law and force pressing on me. The world narrows. Everything I built, every fine, every violation, every rule, all now a weapon against me. I am alive. I am the HOA. And yet, I feel like I am dying inside. The shadows stretch. The wind carries screams. Every second is punishment. Every movement costs pain. I am trapped between fight and surrender, between living and losing myself. I am speaking. I am alive. And yet, I am powerless. Coming up, the choice I make will echo through everything I know. Every rule, every fine, every decision. There is no turning back. And the nightmare has only just begun. I am speaking. The night keeps its teeth in my skin. Every breath feels like a theft. The world is thin glass and it is cracking. I move through the street like a ghost. My hands are sticky with blood and ink. Paper cuts and real cuts mix. The notices flutter in the wind like accusation birds. I am the HOA. I wrote those pages. I signed those stamps. I used those laws to punish others. Now those pages punish me. My throat tightens. I can taste metal. My heart is slow and very loud. Coming up, you will see how the first losses spill into everything I own. I walk past the houses I sold the idea of safety to. Porch lights glow, curtains twitch. I imagine their faces. The faces of people who once thanked me for keeping rules. The faces of those who complained when I find them. The faces turn into a chorus in my head. Their voices are not kind tonight. They are a tribunal. I feel judged without jury. I am the HOA. I am speaking. And yet, I am the accused. A siren wails somewhere. It gets closer. It dies away. I try to steady my legs. They wobble like poorly built posts. The paper in my pocket is damp with my sweat. I open it. New finds, new items, things I do not recognize. A claim about a drainage ditch I never knew existed. A complaint about a dog that was never mine. The handwriting matches mine down to the crooked R. But the dates are wrong. The stamps are wrong. Someone is rewriting my life with my hand. Coming up, evidence will turn against me in ways I cannot stop. I am speaking. I reach the community office. Door splintered. Locks torn. My sign hung crooked. Inside, the ledger is gone. Files are shredded. Photographs are slashed. My years of work reduced to confetti. I drop to my knees. Tapers cut my palms like winter glass. I feel the weight of every name I ever entered. It presses on my sternum. The ledger was my proof. It was my power. Without it I have only accusation. Without it I have only the word HOA on paper and $1 million number glaring at me. I stand. My knees protest. I am the HOA. I am speaking. And now I am bankrupt of certainty. Coming up, someone will take from me what I cannot afford to lose. A neighbor I trusted appears at the doorway. His face is pale. His eyes are hollowed by fear. He says my name like a verdict. He blames me. He asks why the fines were aimed at his home. He asks why the rules were suddenly weaponized. I cannot answer. I try to explain that I wrote the rules to protect, to order. He laughs without joy. The laugh rips like linen. You built it, he says. You set the price. He points at my shirt. You do not get to be both builder and judge when the house collapses. The streetlight hums above. I feel my authority fall like a curtain. I am speaking. My voice shakes. I try to salvage words, but they tumble like loose stones. I leave the office. I walk back toward my property. The garden I planted with my hands looks ragged. The fence I approved sits crooked now. Someone has painted graffiti across the gate. Owner. The paint is black and thick. It looks like a brand. My stomach drops. I touch the letters with my fingers. They smear. I am the HOA. I am the owner. And the sign screams the same truth in a different voice. Coming up, a legal notice will land and the roof will start to crumble. I reach my porch and see an envelope nailed to my door. Thick, official. The county seal on it is smudged with ash. I tear it open with fingers that do not obey me. The judge's name is on it. A temporary injunction, a freeze on all bank accounts, a receiver appointed to audit the HOA. The $1 million fine is now public. News vans might come. Neighbors might gather. My phone starts to ring. A number I know well. My lawyer. His voice is hollow in my ear. They moved fast, he says. You are not looking good. I repeat my name like a prayer. I beg for a plan. He offers small words. Emergency motions, discovery, defense. But this looks coordinated. I hear the word coordinated like a hammer. I am speaking. I am still breathing, but I feel a slow unfastening inside. Coming up, someone will publicly humiliate the board. My identity will be twisted. I walk through the house. Lights are off. The television is a black hole. My photos are gone. The mantelpiece empty. My children's drawings ripped from walls. I sit in the dark and remember the faces of small grateful people at community barbecues. I remember the year I won a small civic award. Now those memories feel like evidence thrown out of court. The past becomes a stranger. I pick up an old mug. My hand trembles. The handle is cracked. The crack runs like a scar from the rim to the base. I hold it like a relic. I am the HOA. I am the owner. I am the accused. My identity splinters. I get a call. The bank. The account freeze is real. Salaries stopped. Vendors unpaid. The maintenance crew will not come. The community pool will close. Pipes will burst if not mended. Trees I vowed to protect will be left. I think of the people who relied on me. Elderly couples who needed a cleared sidewalk. New parents who trusted the lights would work. All at risk now because of something I cannot trace. I feel the weight of their dependence like a yoke. Coming up. Infrastructure fails and leaders fall. The cost will be human. I see a post online. Someone filmed the shredded ledger being carried from my office. The video runs. The captions call me a fraud. Comments explode. People share the idea that I was corrupt. The algorithms do what they do best. Amplify. Condemn. 1,000 phones point at me. I read the words under the video, accusations sharp as knives. I tried to reply. My account is locked. My name feels foreign on the feed. My reputation is burning. I am the HOA. I am speaking. But who will listen? I meet the receiver in a sterile conference room the next morning. He sits like a man who eats problems for breakfast. He speaks with a voice that has no mercy. He lists violations, GATs, odd transfers, inconsistencies. Each item lands like a heavy stone. We must protect the homeowners, he says, even from their board. The irony tastes like bile. He asks for bank access. He asks for all records. He wants transparency. I hand over keys like a condemned man. The documents I thought would save me are digital ghosts. Backups missing. Hard drives wiped. My breath is shallow. I am the owner. I am the HOA. I am the one speaking. And I have nothing left to show. Coming up. The audit will reveal things that haunt me. I leave the room hollow. Reporters hover at the door like vultures. Flashbulbs stutter. Questions thrown like stones. I answer with small phrases. I will cooperate. There are explanations. But the camera eats my phrases. It chews them and spits headlines. HOA scandal. Owner fined $1 million. The letters shine on the screen. I feel my name shrink in the light. My phone buzzes with threats and pleas. Half the messages are venom. Half are fear. Some ask for help. Who to help first? The old woman down the block whose mortgage depends on this. The maintenance men waiting for pay. My mind fractures again and again. I am speaking. I try to be steady. I fail. Coming up. I will lose more than money. I will lose control over the narrative of my life. I go home to find the mailbox empty but for one final thing. A small wooden box. Inside, a key and a slip. You can stop this, but at a price. There is no signature. The key is old. Not house key old. Office key old. Vault key old. My hand shakes so much the box nearly slips. What price? Who sets the cost? I am the HOA. I am the owner. I suppose the world expects me to bargain like a man with leverage, but I have none. The clock above the mantel ticks like a countdown. I feel each second as a small erosion. I sit and imagine options like chess pieces. Move the rook, lose the queen, sacrifice the pawn, watch the castle fall. The metaphor is useless. Concrete consequences remain. The pool will close. Suppliers will sue. Homes may fall into disrepair. People will suffer. The community I promised to protect will fracture. Who pays? I look in the dark and see my reflection on the TV glass. A man with ledger-streaked hands and a hollowed face. The name HOA stamped across his forehead. I am speaking. I have to choose. The key in my hand weighs like a verdict. Coming up. The CHOS will demand a payment I did not know was owed. A text arrives. The same unknown number. We gave you a chance. You refused. Decide now. It includes coordinates. A time. Tonight. My breath stops. The city clock outside strikes. I know the pattern. Someone orchestrates every register of my life, every fine, every shredded file, every bank freeze, every smear online. They are stripping me not only of assets, but of identity. I pick up the key. My fingers burn. I think of calling for protection, but the police are busy with the explosion inquiry. The investigators' eyes met mine the other day, and I felt no sympathy there. Law is slow and I have only hours. Money evaporates faster than the law can act. I could fight in court for years. Years equals ruin for many people who depend on me now. I weigh that arithmetic in my head like a condemned man counting down. I am the HOA. I am the owner. I am the one who must decide. The horizon is a bruise. The sun will set soon. Time compresses. I think of my father's voice once warning me about hubris. He said power is a mirror, sooner or later it shows your own face. I laugh at the memory and it sounds like an animal trapped in a can. I have to act. I will not let the whole community fall while I litigate niceties. I am speaking. My decision will be public. My name will be associated with whichever path I choose. No option is painless. Coming up, the decision will split the story into a before and after. I walk to the place the texts specify. An abandoned storage yard on the edge of town. Gravel crunches underfoot. A single light bulb sways in the wind. A figure waits. Not the shadow from before. This one is human-shaped in an ugly, familiar way. They hold out an envelope. Inside, plans, names, a ledger of transfers. Proof that someone siphoned HOA funds into shell accounts. My eyes scan. The ink traces a pattern. I recognize several transactions. A jolt runs through me. Betrayal. Someone within my circle used my rules to root money. They then used the rules to destroy me. I am speaking. Rage and relief collide. Betrayal tastes worse than ashes. The envelope also contains a second item, a sum of cash, folded, enough to cover part of the freeze. With it, an instruction. Pay this to secure immediate repairs. Transfer the rest to these accounts to buy silence. My hands go cold. The choice is obscene. Pay blackmail and fund a conspiracy. Refuse and watch the town fall into chaos. Both outcomes feel like death. I stagger back into the night. My mind scrambles to file the evidence, to connect names to accounts. I think of whistleblowers, of calls to authorities, of press releases. Every legal path seems porous and too slow. Every immediate path seems corrupt and morally bankrupt. I am the HOA. I am speaking. And I must pick poison now. Coming up, the next moment will expose what kind of man I truly am. I stand under the crooked light and feel the world pressing. The envelope burns a hole in my pocket. The cash feels like coals. I think of the elderly woman with the mortgage. I think of the kids who swim in the pool each summer. I think of my name on a headline. I think of the ledger shredded into confetti. The math is impossible and personal. The choice is not between right and wrong. It is between different kinds of ruin. My phone vibrates. The unknown number. Decision. My fingers hover. I type a reply and erase it 3 times. I have no right to bargain with this. I have no right to trade dignity for survival. But who pays the sewer bill if the taps go dry? Who pays the contractor if roofs leak? The community is counting on somebody. That somebody is me, whether I deserve it or not. I am speaking. I press send on a curt reply. I need proof. Names. The answer comes back with a laugh emoji and coordinates for a drop. Proof will come, but money is the language we accept. The choice tightens like a vice. I walk home, the envelope heavy in my pocket. The house waits like a patient animal. I open the door and find the mantelpiece rearranged. A photo of me and the community. A barbecue now has a black X drawn over my face. The symbolism cuts. The house feels colder. Outside, headlights sweep the street like searching eyes. I am not safe. Not anywhere. I sit at the kitchen table. I spread the plans out. I trace the lines with a shaking finger. Names bleed into account numbers. A map of betrayal unfolds. Some names I know, some I trusted. My chest aches. I am the HOA. I am the owner. I am the speaker. I must choose. Coming up, the choice will come with a cost measured in more than money. I look at the key again. It offers a vault. It offers a quick patch. It offers survival at a price. The other path is litigation, exposure. The slow ache of justice. Exposure might ruin more people I care about. Litigation might clear me but leave the community bankrupt. Neither is clean. Neither is small. I am tired. I am bruised. My hands tremble. I lift the envelope and the key and feel the hot air of decision. I imagine both futures like doors. Behind one, a crowd with pitchforks and a temporary fix that keeps things running. Behind the other, courtrooms and years of erosion. Possible redemption for me but collapse for others in the meantime. I am speaking. My voice is raw. I have to decide. The evening narrows to a point. The city clock ticks toward sundown. My phone buzzes again. Final. My chest tightens. I look at the photo with the X. The house waits. The community's safety hangs like a light bulb about to blow. The ledger confessions lie in my pocket. The key is cold. The moment is here. What do I do? Which ruin do I choose? I am speaking. My pulse feels like thunder under my skin. The air is too thick. The walls of my own home are closing in. I have the key in one hand, the envelope in the other. The weight is unbearable. My reflection stares back from the dark window, eyes wide, pupils blown, sweat on my forehead. I whisper to myself, You are the HOA. You are the owner. You make the rules. But tonight, the rules are broken glass, and every chose cuts. Coming up, I make a decision that changes everything. The clock hits midnight. The ticking feels like a gun to my head. I breathe once, twice, too fast. My mind replays every name, every face, every fine I ever wrote. The people who depended on me, the ones who hated me, the ones who wanted me gone. I see them all like ghosts in the room. They whisper, "You built this. You fix it." I'm shaking. I'm speaking. I'm alive. And I have no good choice left. If I pay them, I become what they think I am. A fraud. A coward. A man who traded integrity for control. If I don't, the community burns, and I burn with it. Every second stretches. My chest tightens. My throat feels raw. I am the HOA. I am speaking. And I have to decide who dies first, me, or everything I built. Coming up, the vault opens, and the truth begins to rot. I drive to the location in silence. The roads are empty. The city looks dead at night, like it's holding its breath. I keep checking the rearview mirror, but all I see is myself, a man divided. My headlights cut through fog like knives. I grip the steering wheel so hard my knuckles turn white. The key is on the passenger seat. It gleams faintly under the light. It feels alive, waiting. I whisper again, "You are the HOA." It doesn't sound like a statement anymore. It sounds like a curse. I reach the vault, an old building, forgotten, eaten by rust. I push the gate. It creaks like a scream. Inside, the floor is cold, wet, littered with broken crates. I find the lock. It matches the key perfectly. The metal slides, smooth, inevitable. The door groans open, a sound that feels alive. The smell hits me. Paper, mold, dust, and something faintly human. Coming up, the vault holds more than money. I turn on my flashlight. The beam cuts through the dark. Stacks of boxes, old files, binders, folders, HOA archives, not just mine. Old names, old cases, some dating back decades. And then I see something, a smaller metal chest in the center of the room, the lid slightly ajar. Inside, cash, documents, property deeds, secret agreements, blackmail material, photos, scans. My name is in there, and dozens of others. My breath catches, my whole body freezes. I'm speaking, I'm alive, and I realize, this isn't just corruption. This is a machine. Every HOA president before me had a vault. Every one of them paid. Every one of them fell. The system doesn't serve the community. It feeds on it. And now it wants me. Coming up, I will choose whether to feed the machine or destroy it. I fall to my knees. The flashlight shakes in my hand. My own file is thick. Photos of my meetings, emails, signatures, wire transfers I never made. They fabricated everything. They owned me before I ever took the seat. Defy, the investigation, the bankruptcy, all part of the same ritual. The HOA doesn't belong to the people. It belongs to whoever controls the vault. I whisper, then burn. The words leave my mouth before I can think. I stand up, hands trembling. I grab one of the fuel cans from the corner, half full. My breath turns into fog. My pulse is a drumbeat. The flame from my lighter flickers. I stare at it, mesmerized. Coming up, destruction is never clean. I drop the lighter. The fire explodes like fury itself. Tapers ignite. Folders burst into color. The air becomes heat and roar. The flames lick the ceiling, consuming decades of secrets. I cough, stumble, but I don't stop. The cash melts into ash. The photos curl and vanish. My file turns black, and I feel lighter, freer, alive, and terrified. The fire spreads faster than I expected. I run for the exit, smoke clawing at my lungs. The door jams. I slam my shoulder into it. Once, twice. It breaks open with a metallic scream. I fall outside, coughing, gasping, covered in soot. Behind me, the vault burns. The machine burns. The system burns. Coming up, the fire won't end the story. It will start another. I lie on the ground. Rain starts to fall. It hisses against the fire. The smoke rises like ghosts. I laugh, a dry, cracked sound. My phone buzzes. A message from the unknown number. You shouldn't have done that. Another one follows. You think it ends here. I stare at the screen. My reflection in the glass looks like someone else. Someone harder. Someone broken. I reply, come find me. My thumb shakes as I hit send. I am the HOA. I am speaking, and I am done being ruled. The firelight fades behind me. The sky starts to pale. For a moment, I think it's over. For a moment, I believe I've escaped. Then I hear sirens in the distance. Too many. Too fast. The sound doesn't stop. It grows. They're coming here. Coming up. The truth will spread, and the real enemy will reveal itself. I look at the road. Blue and red lights flicker on the horizon. Police. Fire department. Maybe more. And then, through the smoke, I see figures. Not officers. Not neighbors. Men in suits, walking fast, calm, deliberate. They move like they already know what's gone. One of them carries a tablet, another a camera. They stop a few feet away from me. No one speaks. The man with the tablet looks down at me and says softly, "You just burned public property. Mr. James, you'll be charged." I start to laugh again. Bitter, hopeless laughter. Public property? I say. That vault was a crime scene. He shakes his head. You destroyed evidence. You sealed your fate. Coming up. Everything I thought I destroyed will come back to haunt me. The cuffs are cold. The night air colder. They push me toward a van. My house, my land, my title. All meaningless now. I am the HOA. I am speaking. And I am officially nothing. Yet deep down, a voice whispers, "You burned the rot. You cut the line. Maybe. Just maybe. That's enough." But as the van door slams shut, I see it. One of the men holds a hard drive, untouched by fire. My heart stops. He looks at me through the glass. He smiles. Coming up. The consequences haven't even begun. I am speaking. I wake to fluorescent light and a mouthful of dust. My throat is raw. My wrists ache where the cuffs were. The van bumped like a bad dream. They booked me on charges that sound like knives. Arson. Vandalism. Destroying public records. Tampering with evidence. I listen to them read cuff to cuff. The words fill the room and they shrink me. I am the HOA. I am the one who set rules. Now the rules read me my rights. Coming up. You'll see how the world turns while I sit still. They put me in an interview room. A table. A one-way mirror. The lighting is cruel. My lawyer paces. His face is small and grim. He says things into my ear like strategy. I nod because I must. I am speaking. I try to steady my hands. The smoke still tastes in my mouth. I replay the vault, the fire, the hard drive, the man with the smile, the cuffs. His smile repeats in my head. The reporters camp outside the courthouse. Camera lenses like hungry eyes. My name is a headline. My face is pixels. Social feeds boil. The comments are sharp. They don't know everything. They need only a slice, a clip, a phrase. I see my history in 15-second pieces. The ledger in ash becomes an image. The headline is simple. HOA owner arson. Nothing about why. Nothing about the vault. Nothing about the hard drive. Only the spectacle. I am speaking. It hits me. Narrative is a weapon too. Coming up. Someone I trusted will turn on me in public. The receiver posts a statement. He speaks of fiduciary duty. He speaks of protecting homeowners. He thanks the investigators. He frames me in the language of betrayal. His words are clean-cut, polished. He does not mention the vault. He does not mention the missing backups. He calls for transparency. The board releases a photo of my signature on documents. The image is cropped, angry. I watch it unfold like a slow storm. My phone rings with threats. It rings with condolences. It rings with blank spaces where friends used to be. I try to call the elderly woman on Elm Street. Her number goes to voicemail. I leave a message. I will fix this. The recording swallows my words. Later, a neighbor knocks at the door. He looks at me like I am a stranger. You did this, he says. No question. No hesitation. The camera outside picks the moment up and makes it a moment for the feed. My apology sounds thin. My voice sounds thin. I am the HOA. I am the accused. My identity peels away. Coming up. The fallout will cost a life. The audit keeps finding holes. Transfers to accounts with no names. Contracts signed by proxies. A maintenance company paid through shell companies. The receiver posts findings one page at a time like breadcrumbs. The town council meets. Voices rise. People shout. Hold him accountable. I try to speak. My words are drowned. The council votes to freeze all community services until the investigation is done. No pool. No lights. No maintenance. Pipes go unchecked. The old systems that hum in the night start to fail. I am speaking. I watch systems I created fail because I cannot fix them fast enough. Coming up, the cost becomes personal and terrible. The hospital calls. The nurse is apologetic in a way that makes my stomach drop. Mrs. Halvorsen passed away last night, she says. We tried to keep her stable after the heater failed. The pipes froze. She went into shock. I knew Mrs. Halvorsen. She lived 2 houses down. She'd brought me rhubarb pie once. She trusted the community. She trusted me. I say her name and it breaks me. The headline turns from arson to manslaughter in the mouths of those who hate me. The receiver posts a short statement. Tragic timing. The comment section fills like a flood. Some say justice. Some say tragedy. No one asks if the freeze was necessary to stop further harm. No one measures the slow arithmetic of shutoff versus risk. The town's eyes are a jury that wants a body to point at. I am speaking. My guilt is a physical thing. It veers between rational and animal. Coming up. Allies vanish, enemies organize. My lawyer pushes me to settle with the receiver. He says the case will drag and the town will burn while it drags. He says a payment might reopen services. He says I will be vilified either way. We meet in a quiet room. He slides papers across the table. The amount is obscene. My bank is frozen. The county holds liens. The only way is to sign something that looks like admission, to accept a payment plan that makes me look guilty, or to stand and fight, bankrupt the community, and maybe clear my name in 10 years. 10 years is a sentence for people who need heat now. I am speaking. I feel the iron logic of the courtroom push past morality. Coming up, someone close will reveal I was not the only target. A video surfaces. It shows footage from a neighbor's doorbell. A man in a dark jacket carrying a hard drive. The timestamp is wrong. The angle is cropped, but the shoes are recognizable. The man is the receiver's assistant. He walks like someone who knows the routes. The clip goes viral. People talk. For a moment, the narrative tilts. The investigator posts a terse reply. We are looking into allegations. The press smells a scandal and feasts. For a sliver of time, I taste hope. Maybe the case will peel back. Maybe I will be vindicated. Maybe the vault was evidence of a conspiracy against the HOA, not by the HOA. Maybe the receiver took advantage. Maybe justice will cut clean. I am speaking. Hope is thin but real. Coming up, the hope shatters. The hard drive the man carried is cataloged. It survives. Not all tech burns. A redundant copy existed. The files are intact. They show transfers. They show names, but they also show orders. They show emails with my signature. They show wire authorizations with my stamped OK. The forensics team traces the IPs. Some links point away from the assistant. Some point back. It's a maze. The receiver's assistant appears suspicious, but the trail weaves. In public, the story returns to me. The pixels sharpen into my signature again. The court gets what it needs. Headlines sag back into old grooves. I feel my throat close. I am speaking. The relief was a mirage. Coming up, betrayal will cut closer. I get a call from someone I trusted, a former board member. Her voice is thin. She says she helped. She says she signed things. She says she signed because she feared consequences. She says she signed to protect her family. Her words drip. She says, we thought it was temporary. We were told it would keep services running. She blinks on the line. I think of late nights. I think of meetings where drinks ran out and tempers did not. I think of smiles that hid teeth. She names people. The list grows. To receiver's stamp, some developers, a lawyer with ties to a shell group. The image clarifies. I feel rage and relief fight inside me like animals. I am speaking. The map of blame is messy, human, and familiar. Coming up, someone will accuse me of turning a blind eye. A local blogger publishes a dossier. Clips, emails, a voicemail. It suggests I knew. It alleges I personally approved transfers that benefited partnerships. The comments roar. People who once waved now hold torches. Friends I had breakfast with stop returning calls. The board issues a letter. We are shocked. The community center's meetings swell into mobs. My face is a shorthand for betrayal and they want swift justice. The barbed wire of public opinion tightens. I am speaking. I try to breathe. Coming up. The worst phone call rise. My phone rings. The number is withheld. I pick up. A voice I do not recognize says, you should have taken our deal. The voice is close, calm. It lists names it knows I love. It says it can make this easier. Or it can make it worse. The receiver's assistant's name is dropped like a pebble that hits water and spreads waves. The voice says one detail I did not know. The old man who used to chair the HOA 10 years ago. He didn't die naturally. His death helped create a hole someone filled. The line goes silent. The call ends. The voicemail remains. I listen to it until it blurs into static. I am speaking. Fear now wears a face. Coming up, there will be arrests and more bodies. They arrest the assistant that week. Cameras flare. Flashbulbs crack like small thunder. He looks like someone else's idea of a criminal. He denies everything. He says he was a middleman. He says he was threatened. He looks at me on camera with a face that says, I did what I had to. The receiver's people shout vindication. The town exhales. For a heartbeat, the narrative turns. I let myself think victory is near. Then the coroner calls. A man who worked in the maintenance crew, Jan, dependable, is found dead in his trailer. Heart failure, says the report. Medical records are thin. His family cries on camera. The investigators say stress. The bloggers say coincidence. The angry calls return with doubled volume. Someone posts a meme. Your HOA, your death. My stomach flits. I am speaking. The deaths stack like evidence against me. Coming up, I will be forced to make a public decision that could topple more lives. The court calendar moves like a show. Judges call for emergency injunctions. The receiver files for broader powers. The town council votes to dissolve some committees. I stand in a packed courtroom. Reporters crowd the hallway. I try to speak, but the judge sets a gag order. My words must be chosen through lawyers now. I feel small and boxed. The public watches the trial through a window of curated facts. I am speaking. The law wraps me in slow rope. Coming up, the next revelation will be uglier than the last. A whistleblower surfaces. She is a mid-level accountant. Her hair is short and her hands are steady. She brings bank statements that show layers of transfers. She brings email sent from an address that looks like mine but isn't. She brings the moment that matters, a signed PDF that authorized a transfer at 12 a.m. while I was confirmed on camera at a community meeting. The timestamp contradicts me. Forensic experts say signatures can be forged. The prosecutor says, "Did you authorize this?" I say no. She says, "Then who did?" My lawyer looks at me like a man counting failures. I am speaking. The room tastes like salt and defeat. Coming up, someone will force me into a deal I cannot refuse. The receiver offers a settlement in closed doors. He promises to unfreeze some accounts if I sign an agreement that admits administrative negligence and pays a fraction of the fine from personal assets. He promises the town services will resume. He says names will be kept from public filings. He says the elderly will get heat. He says the maintenance crew will be paid. He looks at me without pity and lays out the ledger of human costs. The offer smells like martyrdom and betrayal rolled together. My lawyer whispers, "It's the only way to stop more death." I hear the echo of Mrs. Halvorson's name. I am speaking. My hands shake as I take the pen. Coming up, the signature will change everything, but it may not by what it promises. I sign. The ink is heavy. I watch it blot. The receiver smiles in a way that is not for me. The town breathes. Services begin to trickle back. Lights flicker on. Workers return. The pool drains and is cleaned. Contracts resume. In the short days that follow, neighbors tap my shoulder as if pitying the figurehead. The press runs a story about pragmatic compromise. The headlines soften, but late one night, a file lands on my doorstep. No return address. A single page. A photo of my signature at 12 a.m. The one the whistleblower claimed was forged. And above it, a line of text, "You cannot buy back the truth." My breath stops. The receiver promised protection, but promises are paper. Someone wants me to know they can still reach me. The peace is fragile as a match. I am speaking. The settlement bought food and heat. It did not buy absolution. Coming up, the next chapter will close some doors and open more dangerous ones. The town moves on in the way towns do. People forget. They forgive. Or they just need hot water. But some do not forget. New groups form. Watchdog pages spawn. They dig. They ask questions. They find small things. They stitch tiny threads into new allegations. The courthouse files grow like a fungus. The receiver hints at further probes. People whisper about developers and shell companies with names that look like they were made by someone playing Scrabble for money. The more we learn, the more the map sprawls. It points outward. It points up. I sit in my dark kitchen and count the cost. The ledger that burned is partly recreated from backups. It shows more than I expected. It shows a web that reaches beyond us. The phone rings, again, with a number I do not know. Of us. You burned the room that had answers. That was a mistake. Then a laugh. It is cold as winter. The line clicks dead. I am speaking. There is no quiet place left. Coming up, the next move will ask me to decide whether to run or stand. And whatever choice I make, more people will pay. The town knows everything now. Every brick, every fence, every signature. It's public. I walk through my property. My shoes crush gravel. My hands shake. The air is thick. I feel eyes on me. Not only the cameras. Not only the neighbors. Something darker. Watching. Waiting. I hear whispers. I see shadows. I feel betrayal in every corner. I am speaking. I remember the fine. $1 million. A joke, really. A cruel mirror. The HOA that I built. The rules I enforced. Now turned against me. By myself. Coming up. The decision that will defy me. The streets are empty. Only crows circle overhead. I think about the choices. Pay the fine. Risk my empire, my reputation, my control. Fight it. Drag the town, the media, the lawyers into a battle I might lose. Or vanish. Walk away. Leave it all. Wealth. Property. Power. Gone. I am speaking. Each choice burns. Each choice cuts. None are safe. None are fair. And the town waits. Watching. Expecting an answer. Expecting a hero. Expecting a villain. I can be both. I can be neither. Coming up, the town will react, and I cannot control it. I sit in the old library on my land. Dust floats in beams of sunlight. I open documents, old agreements, hidden clauses, emails with timestamps. I am speaking. Every line is a thread in a web I wove and trapped myself inside. I see the betrayal clearly now. It's not one person. It's every system I created, every law I enforced, every neighbor I judged. The HOA is me, and I am everything I feared. My hands tremble. I write a list of options. Strike legally. Strike financially. Strike personally. Or surrender. Or disappear. Or confess. Or manipulate. Or destroy. Each path has consequences. Each path has blood. Each path has ruin. Coming up, someone will try to take advantage of my hesitation. A knock at the door. Not polite. Not gentle. Heavy. Deliberate. I freeze. I am speaking. I check my phone. No messages. No warnings. Just the knock. I open a slit. A figure stands there. Not threatening yet. Smiling faintly. Decisions, they say. Their eyes glint. They know the stakes. I know the stakes. Every option I considered, they had an answer ready. Every weakness I have, they will exploit. My pulse races. My hands sweat. I cannot speak. I am speaking. The figure steps forward. Shadows stretch across the hall. Silence presses down. The choice is mine. Coming up, I will make my move, but the cost will shock everyone. Silence. Thick. Heavy. Suffocating. My hands still shake. My heart pounds like a drum. I stare at the papers. The signatures. The fines. The emails. The betrayal. It all blurs. I feel the weight of everything. The town. The cameras. The neighbors. The shadow at the door. Every choice I made. Every choice I avoid. Every consequence I ignored. I am speaking. I think about power. About control. About fear. About freedom. About trust. About myself. I sit alone. The wind rattles the windows. Dust floats in sunbeams. I close my eyes. I hear whispers. Or maybe my own thoughts. Or maybe someone else. It is impossible to tell. I am speaking. Was it worth it? I ask myself. Every dollar, every rule, every secret, the fine, the betrayal, the game. All of it. I feel a hollow emptiness. A strange calm. I never expected calm. Not like this. Not now. Then. A sound. A single, sharp, impossible sound. Metal. Glass. Or neither. It echoes in my chest. I freeze. The papers scatter. The wind roars. Shadows twist. My reflection in the window stares back at me. But it is not me. Or maybe it is. The figure at the door is gone. Or closer. Or inside me. I cannot tell. I am speaking. My mind races. My body doesn't respond. Every instinct screams. Every thought collapses. I take a step. Or maybe I fall. The world tilts. Colors bleed. Light fractures. The door slams somewhere. Or maybe not. Silence returns. Or maybe it never left. I am speaking. I tried to understand. I cannot. Everything I built. Everything I destroyed. Everything I feared. It all vanishes in a heartbeat. I feel weightless. Or crushed. Or both. I blink. And then, nothing. No answer. No warning. No explanation. Only the echo of my own voice. Only the question. What did I just do?